If you have already mastered the basics of the game, are comfortable with your class and navigating the overworld, and are ready to take your gameplay a little further, this video is for you. Once you reach level 12, you should be able to safely enter the flooded rainforest, which means you can start on the main story quest. To pick up the first mission, visit the League leader near the starting graveyard. This questline will eventually take you to all the zones in the overworld, so you may need to level up by continuing to complete missions and public events before you can tackle the entire questline. There is a lot of overworld out there beyond High Step. Before you extensively explore other zones, pick up a grinding device from its inventor in the odds and ends shop in High Step. The grinding device makes farming more fun and offers a chance at additional rewards, including some rare rewards. Equip the device to your tool belt, then throw it out in front of you to place it. Every time you kill an enemy, a piece of its essence will float into the device, powering it up. Once you've killed enough enemies to reach a new level, you'll receive an XP bonus, and the device will deploy a rewards chest featuring items from that mob's loot table. You will also have a chance at some rewards specific only to the grinding device. Once you reach a new level, you'll have to farm monsters at a higher level of strength to keep powering up the device, eventually taking on the hardest monsters in the realm. Make sure you stay relatively close to the device so that the monster's essence will float in. If you are out of range of the grinder, the essence won't float in and you won't get credit for the kill. If you are close to the device and no essence is floating in, you need to try farming higher level monsters. Once you reach the final level, the device resets back to the beginning and can be used again. Once you reach level 8, your class is officially dungeon ready. There are 4 dungeons in High Step, which can be found at the base of the big tree. Just pick up the orb and bring it to your head to be transported into the dungeon. If you need additional players to make a full party, select the social tab in your player menu to join the dungeon queue. Select which roles you are available to play on your character. Tank classes are Warrior and Paladin. Support classes, otherwise known as healers, are Bard and Musketeer. All other classes are considered damage. When a full party has been found, you will receive a notification asking if you are ready to join. If not all members of the party accept, the queue will be declined and you'll have to wait a little longer. Once all party members have accepted, you will be teleported to the dungeon. Once you have finished and exited the dungeon, you will be transported back to wherever you were in the overworld before joining the queue, so you can easily pick up with where you left off. Bonus, you'll receive an extra 10,000 XP for the first dungeon of the day you complete from the queue. Dungeons are level scale, meaning all enemies will range between up to 4 levels above you or 6 levels below you, so don't feel intimidated by the dungeons. Although your class is deemed ready at level 8, we do recommend waiting to join the queue until you feel comfortable with your class's mechanics, as dungeons are group activities and teamwork is required. If you've ever picked up wood scraps in a loot bag and wondered, what's this for? The answer is tinkering. Tinkering is a profession in which you can use blueprints and resources to build player house furniture or tools such as a hand lantern or level 1 bracers. Blueprints and resources can be sourced in various ways, including from the tinkering shop in High Step. To store resources or build an item, visit the tinkering station in the basement of your player house. For more in-depth information on how to tinker, check out our video tutorial, which we'll link in the description below. If you are in need of an item and don't have either the time, ability, or inclination to source it yourself, head to the auction house, where you can buy and sell anything from plants and ore to player house furniture to dragons. There is an auction house in the underground market of High Step, but in order to access the full range of features, visit the room marked Auction Room in your player house. To purchase an item, simply wave at the auctioneer, then click through the tabs at the top of the screen to find what you are looking for. To make a bid, click on the current bid, enter a new higher number, then hit the bid button. If your bid wins, the dram will automatically be taken from your inventory and the item will be deposited in the delivery chest across the room. To sell an item, place it in the auction chest next to the auctioneer, then set the price you want to start the bidding at. If your item sells, the dram will be delivered to the delivery chest across the room. Note that the auction house levies a 2% tax on any items bought or sold through it, so be sure to take that into account when listing or purchasing items. You can also buy resources at the market stalls on the lower level of High Step. These are leased on a monthly basis by players who bid on them using an automated system through the auction house. Stall inventories can range from basic resources to age potions, rare fish, transmogs, player house furniture, or any other item that is not soulbound. Inventory and price depend entirely on the player running the stall. If you buy directly from the market stall, there is no convenience fee. You can also purchase stall items through the auction house by hitting the buyout button on the item's listing, but if you go this route, you do still have to pay the 2% auction house convenience fee. The more you play, the more you will unlock in-game achievements. Select the tab at the top of your character screen to check out which achievements you have unlocked and how far you've progressed toward reaching others. Some achievements are tied to titles or player house furniture and will say so under the name of the achievement and the listing. If you have unlocked a piece of furniture for purchase, visit the achievements vendor in the underground market of High Step. Hover your tooltip over individual items to see which ones line up with which achievement. Titles can be viewed and selected on the Titles tab at the top of your character screen. If you are interested in trying out PvP but are hesitant to take on the risks, join the queue for the Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds are a good first foray into PvP. All players enter the battleground with only weapons and equipment, so there is no risk of losing tradables in your inventory. Everyone's class level and stats are also standardized to create a level playing field for competition. The Battlegrounds are designed for 8 players who are split into 2 teams for a game of Capture the Outpost. In your player menu, select Activities, then Battleground Queue. As you need 8 players for a full battleground, you will likely have a longer wait for this than a dungeon. Battlegrounds also have missions associated with them. Visit Marlow underneath the big tree in the center of High Step to pick up missions to make the most of your Battlegrounds experience. Occasionally you will receive higher level gear, all of whose stats may not be higher than the gear you already own. When this happens, visit the Infusion specialist to infuse your new higher level gear with the stats from the old gear. In order to combine, both pieces of equipment need to have at least one stat in common, and the equipment on the bottom must be destroyed. The pop-up will tell you the projected stats for the new gear. It will also tell you if the infusion is invalid. Infusing can also help you combine the powers of the Scavenge Ring from the Giant Scab boss and the Signet of Bark from the Bjorn Stuffroot Overworld boss to make the most powerful ring in game.